In this lesson, we will describe how making small changes to your favorite recipes can make them appropriate for people in dialysis. One way to make a proper recipe for dialysis is to change or substitute ingredients that are high in salt, potassium, or phosphorus for ingredients that are not harmful to people on dialysis. For example, instead of flavoring your meals with salt or salt substitutes, you can flavor it with different fresh or dry herbs and spices. Another example is replacing canned vegetables that have additives with fresh, frozen, or canned vegetables without additives. Another example is substituting or swapping high potassium fruits for low potassium fruits in all your recipes. You can also make a good recipe for people on dialysis by substituting processed or cured meats with fresh homemade meats. Another example is swapping canned beans for homemade cooked dry beans. You can also make a recipe suitable for people on dialysis by changing or substituting canned tomato paste or sauce for homemade red bell pepper sauce. You can also use homemade chicken or meat stock instead of store-bought processed versions. In addition, if a recipe uses regular milk, you can try to replace it with rice, soy, or almond milk without additives. If you want to eat baked goods, it is better to make them at home with natural products than to use pre-made mixtures in packages. For example, instead of having pancakes or cakes made from pre-made mixtures or frozen, it is better to prepare them at home to avoid the additives. Also, instead of drinking bottled drinks, it is better to have homemade lemonade, tea, or coffee. In addition to changing or replacing ingredients, you can use cooking methods to make regular recipes suitable for people on dialysis. For example, if you are going to cook a dish that contains beans, fruits, or vegetables that are high in potassium, it is good to soak them in enough water for several hours before cooking, or boil them twice by changing the water to lower the amount of potassium they have. You can also use the 25% rule to make regular recipes more adequate for dialysis patients. What you will need to do is to reduce the amount of ingredients high in salt, potassium, or phosphorus to only a quarter of the original amount in the recipe. For example, if a recipe includes a whole cup of chocolate or nuts or tomato paste, you will include only a quarter of a cup.